last but not least, we have John, frequently referred to as the disciple whom Jesus loved.
Beloved, I'm here to tell you that I'm different than those other gospel writers. And I'm different in that I never intended to put down on paper what the Master did. You see, I remember when he told Peter, "What is it to you if I allow him, pointing to me, to live until I return?" I saw no need to write about what the Master did, because I honestly thought by now he'd be here. And I'd read these other Gospels. They covered the story so well. And as I worshiped in the town and the church at Ephesus, I saw no need to bother to put pen to paper. But I'm afraid I've lived too long. For there are those who would pervert the truth. From both sides, Jewish Christians called Judaizers, who would come along and try to tell us that we have to follow the laws of Israel to be a good Christian. If that's true, then Jesus need not die. And then we had those from Greek influences who wanted to tell us there was some kind of secret knowledge that we could gain and understand and gain our salvation. Both of these were wrong. And I had to find some way to get the truth out. So reluctantly, I put pen to paper. And I started to tell the story quite differently than the other gospel writers, because there's not enough paper to write all that Jesus did. So instead, I chose 8 signs, 8 wonderful miracles that would point you, the reader, to who he is. I started with turning water into wine at a wedding feast in Cana. The joy and the celebration of everyday living. And I ended with the resurrection. Understanding that that is what brings us salvation. And that's the story I wanted for you. That you would know who Jesus is. And believe me, I know it's hard. I remember when Nicodemus came to Jesus at night and asked what he must do, and how he struggled when Jesus told him, "You must be born again." I know how hard it is to believe. But beloved, you have to understand, I was there with the baptizer when he pointed Jesus out to us. And I was there in the upper room when he came to us. So I wish for each and every one of you to believe in him as the Son of God, and in so doing, have everlasting life. The Master once said, "I've come that you may have life and have it in the full." That's my prayer for you.
And thank you, John. I hope that in some way these moments with the 4 writers of the gospel have encouraged you to open up the book and visit them anew, and perhaps to join a Bible study, take a disciple class, many things that are open to you here in this church and elsewhere. And I also want to remind you that each of these men was called by Christ to be missionaries, to be disciples. And that same call is going out to you today.